Oh, hey there. Hey, what's up? It's like 3 in the morning, and I got Carl's Jr. after a night of karaoke and a little bit of shrooms. And I was struggling for a bit. It was hard. Mostly because I had a headache, from the alcohol, and then shrooms for some reason gives me like a really bad headache. But it made me think. It made me think a lot about life, about how this shit's hard. This shit's like difficult. I'm gonna get a little philosophical, a little psychological, a little philosophical, a little spiritual. How do I start? Well, let's talk about a discussion I had with my roommate earlier today. He was reading the Bhagavad Gita, Hindu scripture, on I don't know. Discussing these kind of things are weird. I never know how to talk about it. I always just jump into it. Jumping into combos, it's hard. Some people don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear about psychology and philosophy and spirituality. And I have a hard time bringing it up, because it's interrupting their fantasy, their delusion, which, who am I? Who am I to interrupt their lives and bring all this existential dread and the wonders of the infinite universe and all of its joys and greatness, but all of its suffering as well. It's tough bringing that onto people. People don't want to hear it. They would rather stay where they are, keep believing in the things that have brought them here to this point, but they've identified with it now. They've built their nest, and now they're gonna sleep in it. They've made their bed, and now they're gonna lay in it, and any kind of attempt to help them maybe even just think a little bit or reflect, it's like danger to the thing they've created. And we all do this. It's hard letting go of belief systems and identity attributes that we so desperately cling on to. But it's a delusion. It's not real. And it's something I had to deal with, thinking I had to be a certain way or attain certain valuable material objects, or obtain status and obtain the likings of certain people to appease them, to then I told myself I don't want to do that anymore. Shit sucks. It's not real. It's empty. It's great filler. Don't get me wrong. It's like these freaking potato wedges crisp cut fries, they taste great in the moment, but they're not nourishing at all. I want something that makes me feel like I'm growing as an individual, that's real, Having my roots deep into the grounded reality and being able to sprout out my branches and have an influence in this world, a positive influence, I think we all want that. And so it's not going to happen through self-deception. It's not going to happen through us lying to ourselves and wanting to be something that we're not. It only takes through being authentic, being honest with ourselves, being really honest, and ultimately understanding that this is like the thing we have to deal with all the time, is snapping ourselves back into reality. Oop, there goes gravity. Corny, I know. It's a little corny, but you gotta deal with it. Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough road to walk on, but we gotta do it. We all gotta do it. So that's like step number one, is realizing you're in a delusion, that you're lying to yourself. It's fake. And I don't remember what kind of scripture. I think it's Hinduism or Buddhism. It's just known as Maya. We have to realize what's actually important. For me, it's staying active, being proactive in the environment by either physical exercise. I like kickboxing. I like jujitsu. I like going on runs. Yeah, it's hard. Sometimes I don't want to do it, but it keeps you sharp. Another one is people. The social environment around you. Friends, family, intimate relationships, the community at large, being connected with them, having a pulse onto what they might be thinking, what they might be feeling, where they are in the world, having like a sixth sense, an empathetic sense as to how they might be doing. Keeping track of their progress and caring, caring about what they do and what they want and what they aspire to be. I'm an introvert. I have problems like most people, and I don't want to deal with other people at times. I don't want to deal with other people and through baggage, and I have my own baggage, but it's like a selfishness that comes to it, because I just don't want to witness their suffering, because it only reminds me of my own. It reminds me of my suffering. And so it's like a willingness to be blind, to not, yet again, to not see reality. It goes back to that. It's a denial. And so something that really helps me is understanding, when I'm deep in my suffering, is like recognizing everyone's suffering. And like looking around and seeing and witnessing what other people are feeling and thinking. And sometimes when you hit it right on the nail, and people see that you recognize and witness what they're internally, going through. It's like psychic. It's powerful. It's shocking. Most people don't know what to expect when you do that. It can come to a shock to most people. It's a little intrusive, yes, but we all need it. We all need that rude awakening when someone knocks at the door and says, "Hey, how are you? How are you doing? Like, really, how are you?" So that's one aspect. You'll notice that people like that. They like being seen. They like being heard. They like being, recognized. In a world full of nobodies, it's a good feeling to be somebody's somebody. If that makes any sense. And then the third part. So first one was, staying active. Second is being social, being with people. The third would be having a higher purpose, providing meaning to this world. Yes, we have the stage. Yes, we have the audience, but what do we do with it? What do we do with this opportunity, or curse, depending on who you talk to? What do we do with this? What can we make out of this? We can make a really shitty, never-ending show. We can make this a beautiful piece of art in which we all contribute. We all put in efforts, And that's hard to say, not everyone's willing to put in their first, no one wants to put in their time, no one wants to put in their energy, but some of us are. Some of us are willing to do that. It's hard though, but having a vision of what we can do is like crucial. We're lost. We have nowhere to go. With nothing to do. We're so bored. We're so fucking bored. We're so bored. We self-soothe ourselves so we can hide from what we're meant to be doing, is to be creating art and to create these systems, these places that we can use to help us understand each other further and further until we're basically all in love with each other in a deeper sense. We're all family, right? That's like the whole point of it all. Is I want to be able to witness the world around me, see all the good that comes in it, and being able to multiply that good. Same with the people around me. I want to be able to witness the people around me, recognize their needs, their desires. But first and foremost, recognize that they're a human being, that they're a somebody, And then multiplying that feeling, making them feel even more special. Rants. But that's hard. And so I take it day by day. Try my best. And I think you should too. I think we all should. despite our... Oh, I'm back. Despite our willingness or our longing to retreat into our holes, be a hermit, and to wither away, to forget, to die. But what would you do then? I feel like the alternative is better. It's more interesting. If it's not good, which I think it's good, it's a good cause. But if it's not that, it's certainly interesting. And I think that's all you really need. So, take action. Do something. Talk to you soon. Laters.